Everyone, how are you doing? It's Monday night and another week of shenanigans is upon us. So, I thought I'd do a show about shit's getting real, guys. We live in uncertain times, but don't worry. General Milley is always here, and his brave trans army is here to save us. But I'm just noticing how out of control the propaganda is getting and how, well, as you can see by the title of the video, how dangerous the propaganda is getting because retarded people are believing it and doing stuff with it. And so let's just have a look at some of the propaganda before I get into the main thing. Let's just have a look at General Milley and his white rage. But I'm starting to really not understand. I've never seen propaganda like this. It's like COVID, but speedrun. Because at least they drip fed that to the fucking idiots, in slow motion over the course of months, where they were like, no, the person who was right is wrong and he's a conspiracy theorist, and then 3 months later it's like, well, actually that person wasn't a conspiracy theorist and was correct. But now they're just going full pelt at everything. And it's like, they're like with this picture here. Vice News is running articles saying, as a bad thing, Russian TikTok influencers are being paid to spread Kremlin propaganda. But I'm sure you all heard last week that the White House is doing exactly the fucking same thing. Although it's not called propaganda. In their case, it's called, I don't fucking know, briefing. But it's still propaganda. But don't worry. Like, we may be on the brink of nuclear war. We might all be about to die, but that's not the biggest problem we face. Because on top of everything else, like all of us dying, nuclear war could be a climate problem. Even a minor skirmish could wreck the planet. It could kill all of us, so none of us would give a fuck. But, like, some of this stuff is absolutely fucking insane. It's like, and have you been following the biolab story where Russia went, Russia's found biolabs in Ukraine, and they've gone, right, these are American things because they obviously are. And these are American biolabs. So they went, America went, no, there's no biolabs in Ukraine. What the fuck are they talking about? This is just propaganda. And then they backtracked a bit and said, but no, there's no foreign biological laboratories in Ukraine. And then he went, well, there might be biolabs. There probably is, actually, yeah. And it's like, and then it's, yeah, there definitely are biolabs, and we don't want Russia to get hold of these biolabs that we said didn't exist a minute ago, but, like, we don't want them to get hold of that. And it's like, okay. And this is over the course of a week. This isn't like where, and NPCs are fucking, Redditors are stupid. But even Redditors have a memory span of a week. They don't have a memory span of 3 months, which is why they kept on doing it with the COVID stuff. But they don't, like, they have a memory span of a week. And surely, a few of them must be going, well, this all happened in 7 days. I'm not sure about this. I think the person who is saying, well, they don't exist, and then by the end of the week going, yeah, they totally exist, man. We always said they did. And it's like, they might be the ones who are lying. You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's just me, though. But then we have, like, shit like Zelensky. Like, this fucking guy is, like, the weirdest puppet I've ever seen. He can't dress smart. He dresses like a fucking homeless person. And it's like, I don't understand. It seems he's only marketed towards fat, woke white women in America and England. And that seems to be the only market, because he talks like this, which is, to a man, retarded. Zelensky's late night address. Day 17 of the war is over. The Russian invaders cannot conquer us. Well, they are doing that right now. They do not have such strength. They do not have such spirit. They rely only on violence, only on terror, only on weapons. Now, bear in mind, this is a guy who is talking about an army. And if your army that Ukraine has doesn't rely only on violence, your army's going to lose. Like, that's the whole point of an army, of which they have a lot. And it's like, this is for women. That is a womanly statement. Men do not talk like this. This is like his speeches have been crafted for women. And Russian men don't talk like this. Yeah, exactly, BAF. What biolabs? Like, yeah. Before you were talking about some other shit. No, I don't know. Like, we've got loads of biolabs lying around everywhere. I didn't know you were talking about the Ukraine one specifically, full of deadly diseases. But when I say it is crafted for women, and it is crafted for women because it's spoken like a woman, or it's crafted for extreme soy males who are probably gay. It's like this, his famous line, and it's like the Ukrainian President Zelensky turns down U.S. request to evacuate Kiev, saying, I need ammunition, not a ride. And they lit a cigar and drove off into the sunset. It's like out of a fucking movie. And this is why I say women. Because women like things with drama and stuff like that, where men are very straightforward in the main, where it's just like, no, we don't say shit like that unless we're talking to women. I wouldn't. Anyway, I'd go, no, I'd rather you give me a gun. He is a hype man. He's a bad one, though. Well, he's good for, I can't imagine, Ukrainians, like, they're kind of, Yeah, they're based. I would have want of a better word. Like they do not like certain things that I can't really say on YouTube, but they're not fond of that. Like, and you know what I mean. Other nations throw them off roofs, but like they hate all that shit, and they're extremely, extremely traditional people. They're not gay in any way. So none of this. This is for women. But it also, this week, we found out that he never said that line. He never, ever, ever said that line. So let's read this. Ukrainian President Zelensky was asked to evacuate Kiev at the behest of the US government, but turned down the offer. Zelensky said in response, "The fight is here. I need ammunition, not a ride." According to a senior American intelligence official with direct knowledge of the conversation, who described Zelensky as upbeat. So, CIA or one of the fucking alphabet groups made it up. He never said that. There you go. The attribution was a single source, but on the surface, it appears to be a good one. A senior US official with direct knowledge of the conversation. Okay. So, he never said that. No, they don't. The people in Ukraine do not like any of that shit at all. They're basically Russian. And then we got articles like this, which is, I'm not going to forget that. We will forget much of the pandemic. That's a good thing. I will never fucking forget this. I will never forgive. I will never forget. Ever. Ever. Like, the 2016 documentary about Ukraine, they're trying to... Is that the Oliver Stone one? About the colour revolutions and whatnot. But... No, you actually seen the best they got. Well, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Whether it's the best or not, I don't... But we're watching the average Redditor get indoctrinated. Now, sorry, I'm just reading the chat there. Yeah, pretty much. But this is your average Redditor. So this is pretty much 100% genuine likeness of 100% of the Reddit user base. So we're looking at that, and we're just thinking, what use is that? But hold on, I've lost my place where I was now. Where am I? Oh yeah, volunteers for Ukraine. What's happened to my fucking internet? It's just slowed down. So we'll just bear with me a second. Okay, so on. Let me change over here. So, introducing to you, I'm sure you've all seen this before. Hold on, where's fucking live? No. Let's just look at general military. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Some slight technical difficulties. Fucking think. Screen capture. Add source. Right, there we go. So we're on here. Yeah, sorry about that. Fucking, I can't stand these streaming things. They're all so needlessly complicated. But here we go. We've got volunteers for Ukraine here. And this is a Reddit subreddit where they're encouraging fucking Redditors to who wish to defend Ukraine. So, and this person called Scar Your Mom, serious person, and goes, this happens to be a rare time that I think I can helpfully contribute. I have been working for Doctors Without Borders for almost 10 years. Note that these are my views and not that of my employer. I also run a non-profit that specifically trains humanitarians to work in conflict, post-disaster zones. Trained, doesn't actually fucking do any of this. Guide back country trips and treat basic firearms courses. Very basic weapons familiarization and manipulation. So pick up the fucking... I know, I've got 13.3. I'll tell you how to get a load of karma so you can join subreddits. Because you can't join certain subreddits to mock them unless you get it. Just comment, say something positive about PewDiePie on his subreddit. You'll get like 6,000 karma immediately. And then you can join all the subreddits you want. Because I don't think you can't get into a lot of them. Especially, I remember do you remember the Chaz? You had to have a certain, the Chaz, where Warlord Raz was in Seattle. You had to have a shitload of karma, and you had to be a member for a certain amount of time and stuff like that to be able to get in it. And then you still got banned, even without saying anything, because I used 2 accounts for that one when I was making videos about that. But, so, very basic weapons familiarization and manipulation. So, picking up a gun, basically. I've worked overseas, been through roadblocks, shot at, dealt with gunshots. I have had to try to save staff and lost staff in gunfire. I'm not the most experienced for sure. I'm not a soldier, but I have firearms training. I've been a first responder for years. I am certain there are people with more talent than me, but after seeing how 90% of people raising their hands have 0 experience, here is a copy-paste of replies that I've posted on Reddit, hoping it can help. So, this person's a fucking idiot who doesn't know shit about anything. So, then we go to what actually happens when Reddit does stuff. So, this person, Better Builder 7, shared by Ukrainian army soldier on his Facebook, military briefing before going to a battle against the invaders. So, this guy foolishly shared this photograph to his close family and friends on Facebook. Now, Better Builder 7, being a Redditor, then immediately shares it on Reddit to millions of people. And what do you think happened next? Well, the Russians started fucking bombing all the fucking schools because they saw it was in a fucking old school, so they killed all the people in the schools. So Reddit is actively getting people killed. Like, well done, Reddit. So this was before people started going over there. So Reddit immediately got a load of people murdered. Because that is the typical Reddit thing to do. And then we have this guy. I'm not too sure. I mean, I saw fucking people. I think he's been interviewed on like mainstream media, but I don't know whether this is a troll or not. Like, I don't know whether this is guy doing a very epic troll, but 19-year-old Call of Duty player with no military experience goes to fight in Ukraine. Now, that is the most perfect Reddit moment again. These are all perfect Reddit moments. It's like, and then we get on to the main, where they've actually fucking gone and done it, lads. They've actually gone and gone to Ukraine, and they're shocked by it. Dude, I deleted all my posts because I didn't go to Ukraine for the clout. I asked the right questions, deleted my posts, actually bought a plane ticket and brought my ass over. I said in another comment that yes, it was 35 Ukrainians killed because their barracks got directly hit. The 180 bullshit is real Russian propaganda. If you think I'm a Russian agent, you're just in denial that the situation is absolutely fucked. Go ahead and join the Legion. By all means, but be very aware of how bad Kiev is going to get, and be aware that the Russians have warplanes and you will have next to nothing. Be very accepting of the possibility of death. Those of us who left, including SF operators from multiple countries, are simply risk mitigating. No one wants to die in an unfair fight, and after getting absolutely pummeled by massive cruise missiles today, yeah, I kind of want people to think twice before turning their life upside down to go and volunteer. So, so I think Redditors are kind of fucking around, and they are finding out. I believe is a turn of phrase, but he goes on. Yes, I was here today and blown off the top bunk of my bunk bed in the barracks by the first missile. I made a long post about it, but my posts don't show on this thread for some reason. This is where all the foreign legion troops are. They're just dumping them in a corner and just going, oh, these are fucking retarded kids. They keep coming. Just put them in that fucking over there. Fuck it. They're no use to anybody. The 35 killed were all Ukrainian. Mostly due to a direct hit on their barracks next to mine. The base is destroyed. The weapons depot destroyed. Possibly the end of the Legion. About 60 people with their heads on straight, including myself, left after the attack. They're sending untrained guys to the front with little ammo and shit AKs, and they're getting killed. Well, yeah, they don't want you there. You're retarded. What would they want you there for? Really? Like, but the guys who stayed got bombed again in the afternoons, and the casualties aren't clear. If you still want to join them, I'm not sure what the process will be, since literally all the infrastructure supporting the training assignments of volunteers is all destroyed. The guys who are there now will all be going to Kiev, and many will die. The Legion is totally outgunned and has a few crazy Ukrainian leaders. After the attack, one officer wanted to march everyone to Kiev and fight. Absolute insanity. Stay home. It's like it's a war or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an experienced war person, but I think there might be a war going on over there. Just call it a hunch. It's like, these Redditors aren't, they're like, what are they doing? They fucking bombed us. You're like, no shit, Sherlock. It's like, that's kind of what happens in war. They want to kill you, and you want to kill them. Yeah, there's no respawn here, motherfucker. It's like, and he goes on a bit longer. Absolutely, man, absolutely. I realized that when I was laying on the ground this morning, praying to a god I don't believe in, that the next one didn't have my name on it. You quickly realize the preciousness and desire of life compared to the meaningless of being hit by a fucking Russian missile. Well, how can you be so stupid? I mean, it just exemplifies how stupid Reddit is. Because I knew that, and I assume every single person watching this stream knew that it's kind of meaningless to get exploded by a Russian missile in Kiev when it's not even your country that it's not that they're attacking. I mean, that's just something you automatically know, rather than go had to get it blown up into you by a Russian missile nearly missing you. Like, how the fuck can you even... I don't understand why you would even think this is a good idea. It's fucking retarded. So retarded. And then he goes on. Yeah, that's another big part, man. Like a lot of dudes, they have experience really wanting to shape the battlefield and impact their advance. But ultimately, they're manning frontline positions that are going to get hammered with artillery and airstrikes, buried under rubble, and your family never gets your body. That's when a lot of guys say, yeah, this is our fight, not like this. So what they wanted to do, the Redditors wanted to do, they went over there, and the Ukrainians went, okay, we don't really want you here, but what we'll do is we'll use you as fodder, like cannon fodder, so so you can die first. It's fine. It's like, we will use you. We'll just use you like that, like real infantry. And then like, well, actually, no, I thought I would be fucking, I should be doing something better than this. And you're like, well, doesn't really work like that, does it, buddy? You're the lowest of the low in this rank because you're foreign. They don't give a fuck about you, whereas they give a bit of a fuck about the people who aren't foreign. Reddit really is a US intelligence gay op. If it's not even a gay op, is it? It's just a hive mind of retardation. It's just, these people are so fucking dumb. This guy is saying here, he went over there expecting to get, like, some people went over there to expect, like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. And you're like, well, that's not how, I'm pretty certain that's not how an army works anyway. As far as I'm concerned, like, there's a chain of command and you'll do as you're told. Oh, fucking hell. I just could not believe when we've seen this. And we're going to get a lot more of these stories now because a lot of them have gone. There's a lot of people who have gone. They've all gone. And they're all going to die. Or... Yeah, I'm old enough to remember the internet before social media. It genuinely was a better place. A lot better place. But... how, like, everything, like, this fucking Redditor, he's all disappointed. He's like, oh, well, I thought this would be a fun lap. I thought I'd have real good fun here. And it's like, I thought I'd be able to play Call of Duty, and then we'll put on a little uniform, we'll go for a march, and then we'll sit down and have fucking chicken nuggets for breakfast. And, oh, it'll be great. And it's like, it'll be like how I always imagined it. And it didn't turn out that way. So what could be worse? Oh, how about Ukraine? All of them fucking hate him. So let's read it. I'll just make this bigger. So here's a Ukrainian guy who says, no offense, but I'd really prefer it if you left my country immediately. And then the guy goes, no offense, but what are you doing to help your country? And then the Ukrainian goes, telling dumb fucks like you to stay home, for starters. And he's like, sounds productive, man. Keep killing on Reddit while brave men and foreigners do your dirty work. Now, there's the Redditor in him. It just came out and it's like, well, actually, me not doing anything and running away, which is what I've just described anyway. And the guy quotes, while brave men and foreigners do your dirty work, which is a quote. I'm Ukrainian Russian, you dumb motherfucker. The dirty work you mentioned translates into killing my family. My family is directly involved and affected by this. Some of my family members are now officially refugees. Other family members were not so lucky and may soon be conscripted and forced to fight and kill each other by their respective governments under duress. Most of my family cannot leave the war zone. The Ukrainian military, which you volunteered for, is keeping us trapped there. None of us want this stupid, senseless, horrible war. In Russia, the conscientious objectors get thrown in prison and treated horribly, at best. Ukraine is the same way, but there's the added danger of the Azov guys and Nazi guys, or their friends summarily executing people for refusing to fight. Here you show up, trying to stick your dick in the proverbial blender. There's nothing brave about fighting for either Zelensky or Putin. There's nothing brave about sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. There's nothing brave about instigating, inflaming, or prolonging a conflict. There's nothing brave about being a pawn of NATO, the USA, or CIA. There's nothing brave about fighting for oligarchs or imperialists. There's nothing brave about going to a war zone halfway around the world for internet points. Go the fuck home. Oh no. Oh no. That went terribly. So I guess the LARP hasn't worked. Not only was he not having fun, but all the Ukrainian people fucking hate him. But the Ukrainian guy is completely correct. It's like, why the fuck would you go? Like, why would you go to somewhere? This is the thing I cannot understand. Like with these people, it's like, where is the logic where they're going, I can go over there and help? And it's like, it's a fucking war, motherfucker. And it's like, how are you going to help? All you've ever done is buy Funko Pops. I mean, let's go back to the average Redditor. Oh no. God damn it. I've ruined my average Redditor thing. I don't know how I did that. But where are you going to how are you going to help? In what way does this guy think he could possibly help? Yeah, yeah. It's a fucking amazing rant. I think if you search Reddit soldiers, or let me just check. If you search Reddit soldiers, it's one of the top results on Twitter. Because it happened about 10 hours ago, I think. No, the Redditor did not. Actually, I have got his response. I haven't read it yet because, where is it? Let's have a look at his response. I have family in Ukraine. I am half Ukrainian. My family is in danger right now. Go fuck yourself. And he Reddits it up, this fucking guy. Your family is in danger, but you're shitting on the guy helping him get over the border to safety. So this fucking guy's completely retarded. You must really love your family here. And this is the leftist way of doing stuff. And it's always with the guilt tripping, the fucking weird shit, the Reddit way. And it's like, oh, you hate your family, don't you? And you're like, And then he goes, you're shitting on the guy helping him get over the border. Ukrainian military, which you volunteered to be part of, is responsible for enforcing the order prohibiting men 18 to 60 from crossing the border to leave Ukraine. Do you even know what the fuck you signed up for? You're not helping anybody by flying halfway across the world to pick up a gun and join a conflict you don't really understand. I'm shitting on the guy who endangers my family. Yes, at this point, the BCY is a danger to us. They won't let us leave. And Azov monsters are a danger to us as well. Instead of volunteering for Doctors Without Borders or Amnesty International or any number of charities, if you want to hand out food and blankets or help run a shelter, there are plenty of opportunities to do so. You choose none of them. You must really love your family here. Wow, the mask comes off. Never thought I'd say this, but maybe the Russians should have sent one more missile for you specifically. Well, I think that is a damning statement of people really fucking hate Reddit in Ukraine. Like, these poor Redditors, they just want to help, but they're so retarded. It's like everything goes wrong and everyone just hates them. They tried handing out Funko Pops to everyone, but they just didn't know. They didn't know what it was. They just threw them in the bin. I'm helping. Yeah, yes, I'm helping me. Like, look, I'm helping, mommy. You're shit. It's like, what the fuck? And the way he owns them as well. Your family is in danger, but you're shitting on the guy helping him get over the border to safety. No. You're doing the exact opposite, you motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. And again, this shows Reddit and the complete lack of research any of these motherfuckers do. They don't know anything about anything. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to help them across the border. Surely even just paying the slightest attention while in Ukraine, or maybe to the news, even CNN is saying it, that they're not letting any men out of the fucking country. A man could get killed in a war zone, but a Redditor, I don't know. Because Redditors aren't people, let's not forget that. Yeah, hopefully they get a Funko Pop of themselves in the Ukrainian army gear. What? I don't know why Windows made that sound. I thought I'd turn Windows sound off. I feel that the people going over to help are only prolonging it. It sounds as if the negotiation would make more progress without the cheerleaders on either side. Well, no, because I don't think these negotiations are going to work, because I don't think Ukraine understands what negotiations are. It's like, they keep going, oh yeah, we'll negotiate. And then it's like, but we're not backing down on anything. And it's like, so that's not negotiation then, buddy. It's like, that's just going to somebody's house and just saying, no, I'm not doing anything. And you're like, okay, why did you even come here then? But it's not going to get solved by negotiations. Putin wants... NATO fucked with him too many times. It's like this is NATO and the USA's fault, really. And now they're trying to flood it. Like, now Reddit is trying to help out and solve it all. But the US, well, they probably won't, because actually, I don't know whether it's the US or Zelensky is such a vain piece of shit, because he's using these people like meat shields now. And it's like, look, you've got Kharkov or Kharkov, or however you say it. You've got Kiev. You've got them completely surrounded. They're completely surrounded, and they're going to fall pretty soon. And it's like, it's only a matter of time. And they've got that Mariupol where they're just fucking smashing it up now. And it's like, right, that's gone. And it's like, let everybody leave the country. Anybody who wants to leave, let them leave. It's like, you can't stop forcing them to do this, because you're just going to die, and he's doing it for a photo opportunity. That's what he's doing. Well, yeah, you do have to negotiate from a position of strength, but you can negotiate even if you're the weaker one, you can still negotiate if you actually want to negotiate, which Ukraine won't. They're like, yeah, we'll negotiate, but we're not changing any of our stances on anything. You're like, well, that's not negotiation, so what's the point in even saying you'll negotiate when you're clearly saying you're not going to do it as well? It's like, it doesn't make any sense from either side. It's like, nothing Ukraine is doing makes any sense. They've lost the war. That's very obvious. They've immediately lost the war, because I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't care however many Redditors will scream at me in on fucking Twitter and go, "Oh, well, you're insane" or something like that. And it's like, all you have every single day is Zelensky screaming like a fucking huge pussy about how much help he needs. Now, if you were winning a war, you wouldn't be saying that every day and crying all the time, going, "Oh, somebody needs to help me." And it's like, if you're winning a war, then no one would be saying that. So, just the actions mean, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know for a fact they're losing that war, and they're losing it heavily, because he wouldn't be saying any of the stuff he's saying now if they weren't losing, and if they weren't losing humiliatingly. Because why would you? You'd be saying, "Look at all my cool victories that I've got." Yeah, they haven't mentioned one victory. Not one victory have they actually said. They've said they've lied about stuff like the Ghost of Kiev, which is still lying about now, which is weird. No, I didn't see the cluster bomb attack on the Donetsk. No, they are very desperate now. This is the end days. this is literally the end days now. I think I think it's gonna start winding up pretty soon. Again, I'm not war expert, YouTube. If you're listening to me, I don't fucking know. I know you've made new rules about COVID. About Ukraine that are exactly the same as COVID. So this is all speculation and opinion on my part. The bot that listens to my voice. Well, yeah, he's going to become a shed 100 pounds of fat and become Captain America. We're like, I thought that is a good thing. Maybe one of these Redditors will lose weight. You never know. But it is all hype. All of it is hype. It just seems bizarre. But anyway, let's move on to this bit where this becomes peak Reddit here. They fired 30 missiles at one base. What the fuck? PM21 grad. I assume that's a weapon. It's like, and then Delta Nieschlager goes, it's really unfair. Like, yeah, it's just an iFunny watermark. I just type in what I want into Google and pick the clearest picture. But it's really unfair. They fired missiles at one base, guys. It's totally unfair. It's like, what do they think this is? This is not a weapon. This is not a missile-based server. Like, how do you expect us to respawn at that rate? Yeah, we do have daylight savings time. 27th of this month, I think, goes forward. So unfair. It's just absolutely, I just don't understand how these fucking people. I don't understand how these people can live. I don't. What is wrong with them all? But let's see what's going on now because. Oh, yeah, and I forgot about this, but. Hold on. Now, this is where the NPCs get really fucking weird. Like, because we've seen that they've gone to Ukraine. They've believed their own hype where it's like, yeah, I'm fucking really good at Call of Duty on the PS4. And it's like, I can go over there and kill loads of Russians. And it's like, and then they realize that it's not quite like that. But there's the other side to Reddit as well, where instead of wanting to help, they go full nutcase, and this is Reddit going full Nazi. So here we have some guy going, why don't we just invade the shit out of Russia, round all the stupid Russians into concentration camps, and burn those pieces of shit? They all deserve to die because they didn't stop this war. Kill every single one of them, including the ones aboard. World without Russians will be a free world. Also, while at it, get rid of the rest of the communist scum. Good commie is a dead commie. Slava Ukraine. Amen to that. Pardon me. Amen to that. Seize their means of reproduction and end them. Azov and people of Ukraine stand strong. Slava Ukrainia. Better dead than red. Communism is a psychological filth. Add China to the list. No one will miss them either. While I am mostly against violence against the innocent, Russian people and anyone who supports them honestly deserve to die at this point. How can they be so brainwashed? Brain dead is beyond me. Sometimes it's best to cut the bad branches in order for a healthy tree to grow. Now, I find it kind of ironic that somebody is going, how they can be so brainwashed, brain dead is beyond me, when they're fully advocating for the murder and rounding up of all Russians, when I think that's what the mainstream media has been pretty much insinuating for the past week or two. Like, they haven't said it outright, but what they've said is, yeah, we pretty much want all Russians to die, man. We hate them. like, and I think it is astonishing how fast these people turn full-on genocidal. It's fucking nuts. All you have to do is lightly push them into this direction and they'll go full on into it. I mean, thankfully they're Redditors, so they're fucking completely harmless, but still, it's still a bit disturbing. But I just don't. Reddit is the worst website of them all. Twitter's pretty bad, but Reddit is so one-sided and so full of fucking retarded people that it's just. I bet these people have never met a single Russian in their extremely sheltered lives. Of course they haven't. They've probably never met a black person, to be honest. These are all the most pampered fucking retards in society. It's like they've probably never met anybody outside of their family circle. Then none of them work. They all just sit and they all stay at home until they're fucking 40 years old. But yeah, it's almost guaranteed they've never ever met anybody who's Russian or anything like that. Or Ukrainian even. But it's just funny how people can turn. And these people will fucking kill you. If they go, this is the thing as well, because if we remember with COVID, and they never really hyped up. Well, they did a bit, but they didn't really. They never actually fully did anything, like with the sanctions on all Russian people and taking away, like they've taken away all the Russian YouTubers' monetization. They've taken away, they're like taken away loads of, like all the companies have stopped selling things in Russia, so they say, but I don't know whether they have or not. But they, like with the unvaccinated, they half did that. And they were going fucking mental at it, but they didn't actually follow through with it because they knew they couldn't, because unvaccinated was such a large amount of people in their own country. They couldn't possibly follow through with any of this because the unvaccinated might be in the minority. I don't know, or they might be the majority, or I don't know. But they could, but there's so many of them. If you started fucking with their lives in a massive way, they'll just turn on you and kill you. So like they didn't go full on, but they have with the Russians, and Reddit has gone really dark, down a really dark path where they're just fantasizing about killing them and putting them in concentration camp. Where it's like, okay. But just remember, these are the people who also say, who also call you a Nazi and also call you Hitler, like literally Hitler. Yeah, Jelly Man. Ukrainians and Russians are fucking hilarious. They always sound. They drink heavily, which is good, and they work hard. Yeah, but it's so easy to work people up into society into a frothing mindless. Well, look how this is happening. This has been, what, 3-4 weeks, and they've already completely forgotten about COVID. And now they're going absolutely fucking schizo over a war that doesn't even concern them. And they don't know why it concerns. They don't know why they're getting angry, because you would try and ask them, it's like, why do you care? And they're like, well, and you're like, oh. Why do you care? And then you mention something like, but you know that Ukraine has spent years and years bombing the people in Odessa, and they're like, and they don't know this obviously, and you tell them that, and they still don't care. And like, yeah, but Putin, and you're like, yeah, but Zelensky's an extraordinarily bad person. Well, I don't know whether he is or not, but I know who the people who are telling him what to do are bad. And I know most Ukrainians, there's a lot of Ukrainians, and there's a lot of Ukrainians online, and they do not like what has happened to their country since Zelensky took charge. Just let me just find out where's this. Let me just find because. Because, lest we forget, it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't that long ago when these were the headlines. Where am I? There we go. Wasn't that long ago when these were the headlines of all the mainstream media? All of them. So we got Ukrainian president's rule becomes increasingly corrupt authoritarian. They're talking about Zelensky. That's as early as April 15th, 2021. Ukrainian President Zelensky deepens alliance with far right. IMF ranks Ukraine as Europe's poorest country. Hate crimes against LGBT alphabet people in Ukraine. The attacks have become more and more organized. Ukraine's neo-Nazi problem. FPR BNB Ukraine, don't know really what that means. Ukraine has more politicians in the Pandora Papers than any country in the world. Oh, really? Ukraine's deadly profession. 3 journalists attacked in July. Well, actually, come on. I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. Secret court document exposes state looting in Ukraine. A Ukrainian comedian turned president is embroiled in Trump's impeachment mess. Welcome to the Ukraine, the most corrupt nation in Europe. Now, what has happened in the past since, 11 months ago, where he is now a god? He's a god amongst men. Everybody else is fucking would like to be Zelensky. But he was the most corrupt person in the world 11 months ago. But then again, this is what I was saying about the COVID thing. The NPCs don't have a memory. They don't remember any of this shit. Which is why they're speedrunning it, because I think they've realized it's like, no, these people are fucking completely retarded. They will tell us, they will obey and do exactly as we say, no matter how it contradicts. Humanity has opened Pandora's box thinking we control and wield the content. There will be consequences for our hubris. Well, there'll be consequences for other people, but... What? Remember when he made force down a commercial airline with fighter jets because some gay dude on the plane talked shit about him on Telegram? No, but now I like Zelensky. Like, that's funny. Like, that's the shit I'd do if I was president. But again, that's an evil leader. At this point, we just gotta suck it up. If you're not trans or color, communist, and wanting to be ruled brutally, you are far right. If you like, choice, you're far right. Yep. Well, apparently so. Yeah. It's a bit weird. It is a bit strange how everything is working out, I have to say. But I think there is... But never forget, this is what we're fighting for. This stunning and brave individual is who you are fighting for. This is their liberties that you want to keep. I think we made a mistake closing asylums, don't you? I really do. But I have been noticing there have been some things happening recently where it's... I think people are fucking realizing, because Joe Biden has just done the worst job possible. I don't know whether it's deliberate. I mean, I'm starting to think that this is a deliberate clown show to make people, like, to try and destroy, to try and gain credibility for the Republican Party. Because nobody can be this bad at something on purpose. It's not possible to be this bad, especially if you've been doing it for 50 years. It's not possible for Joe Biden to be as bad as he is on purpose. I don't think I think it has to be deliberate. But I think some of the NPCs are waking up, or because it may be deliberate, I think they're trying to move them into a direction here. Because here we have an
Saudi Arabia.
Extremely woke, unfunny idiot, Trevor Noah. And you would not expect what he says here.
Arabia isn't playing ball with Joe Biden. And you know what? You can say what you want, but this would have never happened to Donald Trump. Never. No one was ever ignoring Donald Trump's calls. Yeah, because if you ignored Donald Trump's calls, you didn't know how he would respond. Maybe he'd send an angry tweet, or maybe he'd just like ban your country from everything. You don't know. That's why I bet in these situations, Biden actually wishes that he could hire Trump to step in as president wildcard. You know, just keep everyone on their toes. Because if Trump was calling, you best believe the UAE, they'll be racing to pick up the phone. Oh, Mr. Trump, we're here, hello? Too late, Ahmed. You made me wait 2 rings. We're bombing the UAE and the UFC, just in case. There is no denying that Saudi Arabia...
See? Now that's what, now, would you, like, even a year ago, there is no chance anybody on the left-wing talk show would have ever said anything like that. Like, so... So maybe they're waking them up. Maybe they're just trying to move them into a position where it's like, look, you've got to get a grip and stop moving on to these, like, everything has to be trans. It's like everything has to be fucking woke, and it's like maybe, like, because he's basically saying I miss Donald Trump, and that is a risky thing for anybody to be saying on that side. That's a risky thing, even when you're supposedly a comedian. That's risky to say when you're on that side, where all they do is about Trump, but it's just very soft. And then maybe in the next few months, they're going to start talking about stuff like that. Something is up. It's like the tide is changing. We was wolves, I think. Something's happening, because there is... I don't want to hark on about this too much, but that's such a seismic thing for a left-wing comedian to say on his show. It's so weird. Because you couldn't say, a year ago, you couldn't possibly say that because he would have been cancelled immediately. But now where they probably gauge where it's like, well, everybody's probably realized Joe Biden is fucking retarded. And it's like, we can't really hide it anymore because, or is he retarded? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, because everything seems to be, it's like everything's too stupid. It's like to the point where it's like, there's no way anybody can be this stupid. You can't, well, people can be this stupid. I mean, the Reddit exists, but there's no way you can get to a position of power and be that stupid. It's not possible. I mean, a lot of people say rich people are stupid and stuff, but it's not true. It's like, because to be able to earn money and to be able to do things, you have to have a certain amount of wit about you. So everything appears to me slightly too stupid, as though they're doing it on purpose. But then, Who knows? Who knows? Oh yeah, I've got this other bit as well where let's watch this guy. He's I suppose that Renaud guy, I suppose let's see, there we go. Yeah, this fella, he got killed in Ukraine yesterday, this journalist. So I can't say I care, he's a journalist, so I'm not gonna lie and say I give a shit, because I don't. It's one down, as far as I'm concerned, but it's all very sad. And this is this guy who was with him.
Tell me, please, what is your name?
Juan.
Juan? Where are you from?
The U.S.
Yes. What happened to you?
We crossed the first bridge in Irpin. We're going to film other refugees leaving, and we got into a car. Somebody offered to take us to the other bridge, and we crossed a checkpoint, and they start shooting at us. So the driver turned around, and they kept shooting. It's two of us. My friend is Brent Renault, and he's been shot and left behind.
And how is he?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what happened to him.
I saw him being shot in the neck, and we got split, and I got pulled into the.
And who brought you here?
An ambulance. I don't know.
So this fella got shot, and that journalist got killed. And if you listen to what he said there, he said people at the checkpoint shot him. It's not people. No, he wasn't ambushed. It was people at the checkpoint. So he drives up to the checkpoint and they shot him, like the people manning the checkpoint. And there are no Russian checkpoints in the area. This is the bridge where he was allegedly shot, and there are no Russian checkpoints in that area. So the Ukrainians killed that journalist, Brent Renaud. But I don't think you're going to see that on the media. You think someone who had just been shot in the abdomen would appear to be more in pain? Well, there is that. I did think that, but he also looks as though he's in massive shock. And like when you've had a massive injury, it doesn't really hurt at the time. So I don't know. No, I fully believe there are journalists getting shot, because these are stupid, expendable people that nobody gives a fuck about. Like, I don't believe any of what is happening on, like, all of the media coverage is complete lies, because the Russians have won the war and they're going to win the war, and it's just a matter of time. But Azov checkpoint could have been an Azov, which probably could have been a Ukrainian checkpoint, because, like, from what I've been reading on Telegram and stuff like that, the Ukrainian troops have completely collapsed. It's like they've got no leader. Like, there's 60,000 members of their army. Like, the Russians have surrounded them. They can't get resupplied or restocked or anything. And they just... I mean, I don't think the Russians are going to fucking kill them. They've just surrounded them in like, the eastern area of Ukraine, and they can't do anything. I don't know. Yeah, well, he's too cold to be in shock. It could be. I don't know. See, but, yeah, I'm going to take this at face value. Because they got the fucking intel wrong. They've got it all wrong. Because they're spreading the propaganda, not me. So I'll just go with their propaganda. But their propaganda is a lie, because there are no Russian checkpoints in this area. So that can only mean the Ukrainians killed them. So by their own propaganda standards, the Ukrainians killed that journalist. So I'll let their... I'll just say, okay, if it's true, it's true. But that also means the Ukrainians killed him. So, good job, buddy. Like, it's so unfair. Just so unfair. Why didn't they just tell him they were like, why didn't they just use fucking airsoft guns? I just don't get it. What's so mean? Can't we all just sit around and collect Funko Pop? But I just don't. It's just the fucking the level of stupidity that we're experiencing. I don't think we've ever seen it before. It's just so fucking dumb. It's all so fucking dumb. You've got this fucking weird, like Nancy Pelosi. I don't know what it's. I don't know what's happening with this woman. Like, let's just look. This isn't Russia related, but let's look at this woman. Like, what is happening here?
We want more than survival. We want success for people.
Why is she moving
And so
around like this?
Next
This
stage
is
of legislation,
nobody
we don't
can
get the
be
whole
this
thing,
stupid on purpose.
We'll make a big advance in taking people, ensuring their survival, a pathway to their success. But in order for that to happen, certain things have to be transformative, and are the issues about lowering health care costs, making health care more child care costs, making health care more affordable, having home health care, and unionized, by the way, as well. So there's so much more that needs to be done to meet the needs, the kitchen table needs of America's working families. We want more than...
Like, is this real? I don't understand. It's like somebody being paid to be retarded. All of them are behaving like this. It's like they've amped everything up to the max recently. And it's like she's gone. Nancy Pelosi has gone absolutely off the fucking scale of acting like a complete retard. It's just like she didn't used to act. I mean, she always used to. I used to think she was drunk, but in the past few months, she has been acting like a fucking lunatic. And it's like, what is going on here? He's constantly thinking, why is this happening? Why are they behaving like this? Is it on purpose? Or have they all are they all doing so much cocaine that they've gone insane? But wow, fucking hell. Oh, it's a new video here of Mariupol. Let's see. This is, by the way, this is footage of the of Mariupol, where the Ukrainian army are totally winning, guys. They're kicking ass. Totally winning. They're so heroic, so victorious. I mean, it's probably Palestine or some shit or Yemen, but let's just go with the fact that it's Mariupol in Ukraine. Let's just go with it. I believe their propaganda, but they're oh my god! Look how cool Zelensky is. This is what he's done to his country. Wow. And they are they're Russian Soviet buildings, to be fair. But again, again. There's something that I've also noticed about this propaganda is I have a drone. It cost me £200 or so. What's that? $330, $40. And it's like, it's cool. It also has a 1080p camera. Why is all of this shit in like fucking potato camera style? there's no good footage of any. Everybody's got at least a 1080p. My camera is fucking 4K. My phone camera is 4K. I think it can do 8K. I've never tried it, but like I'm pretty sure it has an 8K function. And it's like, why? How is this? Why are they getting this shitty, blurry video? You can buy a phone camera. You can buy a phone for $50 or £50, and it's got minimum 720p. Well, they're doing that. Yeah, easy there. They're circling the cauldron, they call it, don't they? Where they just surround everybody, and then like come in and just poke at them, and then make them drive forward again, and then can test them a bit better. Like they test the boundaries and stuff like that. Kiev's about to fall, I know that. But it's just, I wonder what the next thing that we do is. The next, because this has got to be over soon. Obviously, everyone's gonna forget it. Oh, hold on. Let's see this. This is a Redditor. There's a Redditor losing his mind about gas prices.
Look at the price of gas now! It's $7.55 a gallon! Hey, Putin, we're sending you a bill!
He's like the perfect Redditor. How can they be this dumb to believe that this is Putin's fault? Because this is what I was saying about they've got no memory, because they can't remember the fact that inflation was caused by COVID and then printing fucking trillions and trillions of fucking dollars. And what did they expect to happen? It's got nothing to do with Putin. And we all know that. Anybody with any fucking brain knows that. But these people, because Joe Biden or the television told them it was Putin. Oh my God, the soy, yes. That is pure soy. Might even have a little bit of almond milk as well. Some people do believe Biden and that fucking ginger bitch, or whatever her name is. And it's like, how can you forget that before, in January, inflation was out of control? Because you're not alone, America. It's like in England, inflation is out of control here. It's fucking nuts. It's like my electricity bill has now doubled over the past 2 months. It used to be, I think it was £70 a month, and now it's 150, and it's more than doubled. And it's like inflation has gone fucking nuts. Because so weirdly, if you give people 2 years off work and pay them for it, and then print trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, you're gonna fucking, it has to be paid back somehow, and you're gonna make the currency completely worthless. Ukraine must surrender. Well, hopefully they do. I hope Ukraine surrenders, because he is using them as meat shields now for his own purposes, and I don't think that's correct. He's trying to be popular, and I just don't think to be forced when the country is literally falling, and to still force everybody to stay in the country is fucking nuts. Just get out of there. It's done. I think 2024 will be too late. Well, I don't know. I don't know even about Trump. Trump's all very pro-vaccine and everything, isn't he? So, like, I don't know. Trump, I don't know. I don't think he's as cool as everybody said he was, or we all thought he was. I think there's certain things. His pro-vaccine stance, I don't really. And his shilling of it And it's made me like think a lot less of him. Yeah, there's people who believe anything a weak person in authority tells them to. We live in a pandemic of the stupid and the weak. Liberalism is weakness embodied. Yeah, that's correct, because like these people who can't protect themselves, can they? So it's like women and this man made of soy. They go with a hive mind to be part of the thing. It's like thinking independently isn't an option for them. They think because they're F slurs, and they can't win in a fight, a physical fight. So they go for the aren't safe in a group type of thing, I think. But I don't know whether they can think. I don't know whether they just want to do it or this is. It's really odd with these people. It's like I don't know how they think. I can't put myself into the mindset of automatically believing everything you see. Yeah, Trump probably was controlled opposition, to be honest. Don't forget as well with Trump as well. Don't forget Trump allowed lockdowns. It's like never forget that. Because you can care about COVID and you can care about the vaccines. That's none of my business. It's like, but the one thing that I can say on YouTube is that the lockdowns were fucking terrible, and they were the worst idea anybody has ever had in the history of the world, and they're going to be, and the ramifications of lockdowns will be seen for decades, maybe generations to come, because you've made a generation of children retarded. Like completely retarded. They have missed 2 years of schooling, and it's like they're now stupid. And it's not the stupid because you can catch up. They've missed 2 years of figuring out how to talk to people. So you've got an entire generation of autismos now, and you can't really change that. When you've done that in the formative years, you can read books to get them up to speed with their lesson work, but it's the interaction that you can't replace because they can't go back 2 years and be those ages where they're supposed to learn those interactions. So now you have a fucking millions upon millions of autisms walking around who are just fucking completely awkward and idiotic. And they're also going to hate their fucking parents for being made to wear masks. No, he didn't. Well, he told me to resist lockdowns, yeah, but he also allowed them. He said it was up to the states to do, whereas he could have overruled them and said no. No, he could have. Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, but he knew they were going to do it. And he didn't pardon Assange as well. And he just, our Supreme Court in the UK just refused to hear his case, so it's going to the Home Office, which is, I think, the equivalent is a Secretary of State, I think, which... So they're going to decide it. I hope, because Priti Patel, her name is, I hope she's going to fucking disagree with extraditing him, but I doubt it. I think he's going to be killed in jail now. I don't particularly understand states' rights, no, but I also... I'm not really going to get involved, but I know that he did not fucking... He wasn't very outspoken about it. About the shutting down of the economy. There were things he could have done and should have done. Yeah, when Russell Brand, a fucking heroin addict, and Jon Stewart and Bill Maher and Trevor Noah become the voice of reason. Well, he does. He I don't know what happened with him with the vax. I don't know whether he's. See, the thing is, I like Trump. I think he's funny, but but don't get me wrong, he's still a politician, so there's still something wrong there. But I don't know whether it's just because he was proud of the fact that the Operation Warp Speed got everything done so quickly, and now he's like all pleased as punch about it, and like real happy with it. I don't know whether that's a factor, or he is a shit. He's got some stake in the game, because he shills it like fuck, and it's like it's weird to see, because whenever he mentions it, his supporters boo him. So it's like, why are you doing that? Like, stop talking about it. You can see nobody in your fucking support people like that. Initial lockdown, the lockdowns made absolutely no sense to me at all, because you can't outrun air. It doesn't, because none of the lockdowns, because we never actually had a lockdown. There was never a single lockdown in the entire world, apart from in China, because they locked us down. They didn't ever lock us down. That was the entire point, because it was like, I can go to the fucking shop, I can go buy stuff. It's like, even in England, where we had one of the strictest lockdowns in the entire world, where we could still go buy food in a shop. And you're like, well, this isn't a lockdown then. This is all about control. None of this is even vaguely about locking down because of a virus. Because you're not locking down anybody. Because I can still go walk around with other people in a shop. Well, he is cool about being dead set against vax mandates. Yeah, I agree there. But then again, so is our government. But at the same time, they weren't as well. But now over here, COVID's totally gone. I'm about 23 minutes behind, and this is about the fourth time the unhinged leftists have called for putting a group of people in camps. Yet a recent poll of Dems said over 52% would flee if invaded. Oh yeah, I did see that poll where they did say, yeah, 52% would flee if invaded. But I don't understand. Like 52% of Democrats would flee if invaded, but the entirety of Reddit wants to go fight in Ukraine. What's happening? Yeah, Trump did say get him if you want him, and that's what our government has done now. Our government's like, we're really close to actually making everything mandated, and then they just gave up. Really, in the course of a week, they just gave up, and it was like, oh, okay. All right. And then we just went completely back to normal, and they just said, like, as though, just forget about that. Forget we ever did that. Yeah, the WHO did say nations have to avoid lockdowns. And it doesn't, the whole fucking thing doesn't make any sense. Unless you're going to weld everybody into their house like China did, then you can't have a lockdown. It's not possible. Unless you're going to ban people sitting there with open windows, you can't have a lockdown. None of it made sense, because they were like, oh, you can go out for half an hour to exercise. And it's like, oh, well, you can go out and get get food at the store. And you're like, this isn't a lockdown. Why are you doing this? Go to bed, your government has everything figured out. Yep, well, he was right when he said that. That is the epitome of Reddit to speak. Well, there was barely any enforcement in this country as well. Because we had one of the strictest lockdowns. I don't know what it was like for a city, because I only live in a small town, but no one really gave a fuck. I mean, obviously, certain people were frightened, but... And all the things like pubs and bars were closed, but... Although a couple of bars did open, but they did close again because I think they got threatened. I don't think they got fined. But, yeah, everything... Again, it all stems from lockdowns. They've just cranked up the fucking insanity. And now we have Ukraine, where everything... Like, nothing is happening the way they're saying it is happening. And we can easily prove it. I don't understand why they're doing it. Why not base everything around a semblance of the truth? But fuck knows. We'll never know, will we? We will never know. And we've already got this. Here we go. And somebody's already done him. Made it into the Reddit soyboy. Already he has turned into this. Yeah. I think a lot of people were very lax on it. Although I do remember, like, it's because so many people believed it that it was self-policing at the end of the day. NPCs are the most dangerous people in the entire world. Redditors are the most dangerous because they'll turn on you. They'll turn on you and they'll fucking kill you if somebody like Joe Biden tells them to. And I'm not joking. They actually will do that. Mass is still the most stupid thing I've ever seen. In fact, I went to a store today and like I didn't see a single person wearing masks. So I thought that was fucking great. But mass, the most dumb thing I've ever seen. A thing that cost 2 cents. If it was a deadly virus, then it would not. Something that costs 2 cents is not going to protect you against a deadly virus. Yeah, I'd love something of what Nancy Pelosi's drinking. That's some fucking good shit. Well, they are RM3DS. The NPCs are going to Ukraine. That's what I've just been talking about. The Redditors, they are going. We're going to see more stories of them. This is the first one that's come out. Where he managed. Unfortunately, this one managed to get away. But don't worry, there's going to be plenty more Redditors who will not be so lucky. Yeah, exactly. Why are you even in public if it's so bad and so deadly? Why wouldn't? It's like masks are fucking gross. It's like I wore a mask for the first time a little while ago because I've never worn one before, and it's like it's fucking disgusting. It's the most gross thing possible because I'd just eaten lunch, and then you're breathing in what you've just eaten, and it's like this is gross. And it's like, and if people are loving wearing these things and going, oh, you've got to wear a mask, and it's like, and are you fucking serious? And it's like, this is the most gross thing I've ever done, and I wore a mask for maybe an hour because I had to because I was in this workshop. It wasn't for COVID. It was it was a workshop thing where I had to see this metalworking thing. And it's like, and that was a proper N95 thing, which welders wear, or I think. And it's like, you're breathing it in. It's like, this is fucking gross. I don't want to do this at all. And there were people who were like, oh, I love wearing my mask. It's fucking great. And it's like, that says a lot more about you than it does me. That means you fucking smell. And you're used to the fact that you smell. And it's like, because that's fucking rank. Because that's the only thing I can think of. And it's like, if you don't notice the fact that it smells, if you eat something and then put your mask back on, you can smell it going back in your nose. And it's like, this is disgusting. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. And if they don't think that, then it's like, so you have serious body odor problem. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if it doesn't disturb you in that way, wearing a mask, then it's like, well, you are used to not smelling good. Yeah, and again, these things, they don't fucking break down either. Like, you're right, Easy there. They don't break down at all. Like, well, it's fucking... all of these fucking people who will go along with the fucking meme of like, oh, the climate change. They're all the ones that are throwing fucking hundreds of thousands of masks into landfill, which are actually causing fucking wildlife serious problems. But they don't give a fuck about that, do they? I've been proven a while back that masks, especially the paper, plastic, basically collect germs breathing your own filth. Well, I can totally believe that because you're not supposed to breathe in your own air. If you were, then the human body will be designed that way. You're supposed to expel the air and bring in new air that's clean, not breathe in your own dirty air. I can't imagine that will be good. I can't imagine this is long-term good for your lungs in the slightest. They were addicted to the power and anonymity of the mask, even as they informed on their neighbors for violating. Yeah, I think there's definitely an element in that. But no, I didn't see anybody criticize. Like I didn't see anybody complain about wearing a mask. Like, even though it's like even though they know, like, where they say, no, I know it's, you could say, I know we need to do it, but it's horrible. But I've never seen that from any of these people. I've seen these people saying, I love wearing my mask. I've got all of these different ones. And it's like, no one has ever pointed out, they're not pointing out the fact that it's fucking gross. And it smells. And it's like, why are you not saying that? Because they don't notice it smells. Because they smelt before. They had body odor problems. Literally the only reason why you could possibly think that wasn't fucking gross. Called hypoxia, too much CO2, not. Huh? Yeah. Well, yeah, you are breathing in carbon dioxide, aren't you? Toothpaste, staph infections, sinus problems, respiratory illness. Some of the effects of wearing masks. I can believe that, yeah, because yeah. Enough Nothing the left ever told you they believe in is true. They did it for power over you and nothing else. That's probably true as well. I don't know. There's like some people I know, they were really into wearing masks and stuff like that. And they're not bad people. They're not Redditors. I mean, I didn't know them that well, so I didn't know them personally, like very well. But I've known them for a few years just to say hello to and have a chat with them. And and they weren't bad people. Well, I don't speak to them now, obviously, because they're fucking retarded. But it's like I never thought they were particularly bad people. People stop talking about the animals because they know which group kills them all, and they can't talk about it. The Chinese. Cause those so-called hippies never believe in saving the planet. Heck, I got to mention. Yeah. If they believed in saving the planet, they'd stop all of this fucking bullshit. They'd stop wearing masks. They'd stop talking about electric cars and fucking nickel and like mining all the nickel. Do you see how much nickel spiked today? No, Africa. Oh, Africa kills all the animals. China. Oh. Hey? I know Africa kills a lot of. Oh yeah, I get you. But that's not down to Africa. That's not Africans. That's us going over there and using that place as a fucking shooting range. Oh, and us buying ivory. Because they wouldn't fucking buy it. They wouldn't kill the elephants if we were going, can you get me some ivory, please? Ah, glad you like it, Lynn. Make sure you have your mask on when you're dealing with incoming fire. Oh, and no misgendering. All the Redditors walk up to the Russian soldiers and like, excuse me, sir, my pronouns are... That's the most important. The fucking crypto shit, yeah, RM3DS. Also, don't forget printing the trillion USD. It's made from trees, but yet think digital stuff harm planet more. The crypto stuff is so fucking dumb. They have just been told that, and they do not understand any of this fucking shit. It's like the whole point of crypto is like to be as efficient as possible. So the more efficient you are, the more you will mine and more you will get. So the fact that it is wasteful of energy is laughable because the whole goal of it is to not be wasteful. So you can get more fucking Bitcoin. Ah, Master of the Deathwing. I can't wait to see the Redditors on Siberian Gulag documentaries in 20 years' time. God damn, that would be fucking amazing. If that happened, I would pay money for that. The Russians misgendered me. Crypto's a rug pull pumping them. No, it's not. Well, I've done fairly well out of it, so I don't know. You can carry on rug pulling me all the time. Crypto is about being yeah, that's why they fucking hate it. That's why they're getting the Redditors onto everybody who's it. That's why they're trying to make Redditors hate it. It's like it's about being centralized. Decentralized. It's about being away. It's about not needing banks. And that fucking terrifies them. It don't feel like a trap. Totally anonymous. You can't do anything. You can't trap me with crypto. They can't. As long as you've got your own personal wallet, your physical wallet, they can't do shit with that. That's yours. The fuck is that? It's exactly why the Fed is terrified of it. Why banks hate it. That's why the politicians hate it. That's why, because as soon as that happened, then they have no power. Because people might think Congress and houses of parliament, they're the places of power. Nah, the bank are the places of power. Like, politicians aren't shit. The banks are the power. And as soon as the people take that away from them, take the power away from them by going, nah, fuck you, I'm using this. That's why they hate. Is it El Salvador? Yeah, it's El Salvador, because they've gone Bitcoin is legal tender there, and so that's why they hate them. Musk doesn't matter that much. He just causes spikes because fucking Elon Musk scams people with Dogecoin. There's no question of that. But if you bought Dogecoin, you're retarded. And it's like, but Elon Musk doesn't control Bitcoin prices that much. He makes it spike because people like this see him tweet about it, and then they buy it. So that makes it spike, and then people like me can sell at highs and then buy back in when it crashes, because it's going to crash, because these people have got the attention span of fucking 30 seconds. So they go, oh, why aren't I rich yet? And then they'll sell for a loss, which is what they always do. And whenever he does something like that, that's what always happens. The dedicated people who've been in it for years, like me and all the other people, we're not selling. We're just keeping it because it's fucking safer than having the money in the bank. Because who knows what $1 and £1 is going to be worth this time next year. It's already been obliterated. It's going to be worth almost nothing next year. You're far better having it in cryptocurrency. NFTs are sick. You can scam so many people with them. Elon trashed Bitcoin for being harmful while holding BTC. Yeah, but that's only because he wanted to crash it, so he buys it. So he can buy it and then it'll go back up again. He's not fucking dumb. Yeah, people like me. I've been in crypto for years. I love it. I love crypto. It's fun. And also, it's safe. But it's safer than holding your money in a bank. Especially nowadays. Yeah, if you're not fucking buying crypto at the moment, then you're gonna be fucked, because real money isn't gonna look. I mean, this soy boy is made out of pure soy, but look at what's happening to your gas prices. Look how worthless the dollar is. Short Pfizer stong. Not the worst idea. Elon Musk, he's just fucking. He's the rug puller. It's like with Doge. He reportedly made about £500 million, didn't he? Just by scamming people with his silly Doge shit. I mean, fair play to him. There's no law against it. Well, technically there are, but technically there's also no law, so it's a bit of a grey area. Don't be scared of crypto. Just buy a bit. Join Coinbase. Probably the simplest one to join. Join Coinbase. I think they'll give you 80. I don't know what the offer is in America, but I think they'll give you 70 pounds worth of crypto. In the UK, if you deposit £20, so you get a pretty good deal. And you don't even have to do anything with it. Just buy. Just use it as a savings account. Put a little bit in every month. Because the crash is almost here now. I mean, look. You're paying $7.55 for gasoline. The dollar's finished. Biden's fallen out with Saudi Arabia. The geezer who runs Saudi Arabia, he's talking to China about developing a closer relationship. So the petrodollar's about to collapse. And now it's going to be the petro yuan, or however you say their currency. Yeah, electric cars are fucking stupid. I ain't bought one. He's got a Tesla and it's great in the summer. But in winter, when it's icy, batteries don't work properly in winter. So his range is about 150 miles, which is fucking nowhere. Yeah, I think Elon only looks out for Elon as well. But I like it. I like him. I think it's no, I dislike some of his shit, but I like I thought he was he's a scam artist because Tesla's are fucking stupid and it's a scam company because it's never made any money. But I'm not gonna hold that against somebody if you're making money and it's legal and you're doing and no one's fucking saying anything. Why shouldn't you do it? So, I mean, I think his fucking car company's a joke, but fuck it. Who am I to say that? And then but recently he has got extremely based, as they say, and he is fucking hammering certain people, which I can't not like. And he's probably the most popular account on Twitter. And he's gone full red pilled. And you're just like, okay. This fella's gonna fucking be on our side, I don't care. Yeah, his stupid fucking tunnel, which everyone's gonna die in a fire of soon. Yeah, those batteries aren't cheap. When the Toyota in 2025, they're bringing out solid state batteries, that's going to be the game changer because they don't use nickel, and you can charge them in about 5 minutes. Yeah, that was in the 80s, wasn't it, Jonathan? The Shell has a patent to make a car battery that can move an electric car 200 to 300 miles from a battery that's the size of a regular car battery. How true that is, I don't know. But I remember hearing that. But yeah, Master of Deathwing. The last G7 meeting, didn't the hotel to add 100 plus backup diesel generators to the car park to service all the diplomats' electric car? Yeah, and you know when you I don't know what you call it, but we've got roadside assistance, like called the AA. I think yours is AAA, isn't it? But in America, if your electric car breaks down, they'll bring you. They have a special van that is a diesel generator to go and recharge your electric car. So it's also fucking stupid. Yeah, I just want to sell you a Toyota. That was a fucking good quote. Was that? That's yeah. I'd watch that documentary, Jonathan. Maybe they'll bring it out one day and once we've run out of oil. How will crypto be protected when Klaus Schwab unleashes the next internet pandemic? Well, I couldn't answer that question, but I know a lot more smarter people are already on the case with that. The move bit, it's the blockchain as well, but that's the one thing that can happen is that they just cut the internet off. But I'd lose all my money in crypto. I'd be happy if they cut off the internet. That mean everything would go back reasonably to normal. Because don't get me wrong, I love the internet. I love the fact that I can stream on it and make videos and stuff like that. But I also remember when we didn't have the internet and everything was way less retarded. And I kind of liked it a lot better. I really did. And that's not because I'm getting older and you're just looking back at things with rose-tinted glasses. It's looking back and going, no, that was actually better. That was genuinely better. Like, it would, everything just got progressed. Don't get me wrong, when the internet first started, like the early 2000s to about 2007, 2008, maybe 2010, everything was fucking funny. It was so funny. Now it's not funny. It's like everything's been ruined. Yeah, I've got a few. Yeah, that's all you need with a hardcore one. But if they did, like the question said, if they actually turned off the entire internet and didn't turn it back on, well, we would all be screwed. I mean, I've got a hardware wallet and whatnot, but if they actually did just turn it off and never turn it off and never turn it back on, it would crypto wouldn't exist basically. So, I mean, I don't think they'll do that. '90s did rock. I know. I regret complaining in the '90s. Really, like they were great. The early 2000s were great as well. It's only recently where everything's just gone really weird, and you're just like, what is going on? Although actually, it's not so weird when you don't live in a city, because everybody's relatively normal. I mean, they still believe the COVID shit because, to be honest, people just expect the government to not lock them down without a reason. So I don't really blame the people who just believed it and went along with it. I believe the people. I hate the people who fucking tried to enforce it, and also the people who were so fucking gay about it, like the Redditors. Those people I will never forgive. The other people who just went, oh well, they must have a point. I'm not too against them. Yeah, you could go to the part where, yeah, I could go into that, but I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that shit on YouTube. But yeah, the demographics have changed, let's say. things really have changed, and it's all for the worst. And it's like, what are you all doing? Why have you done it? I just don't get it. I don't think we'll ever get it, because if this is some kind of master plan, man, it's fucking stupid. And we're not allowed to bully these weirdos, creeps, rejects of society anymore. And we have to normalize their weird behavior. Although we don't so much, because that doesn't happen so much in the real world. Unless you work in an office, because the office is scared of being sued. But in the real world, these people don't have any friends. They don't have people who come round to see them. They don't have anything. They don't go out. They don't have anything in their real life, because everyone fucking hates them. And they will always hate them. Because we may not be allowed to bully them, but we sure as fuck aren't going to hang around with them. So that is the fate of the Redditor. He either sits in his house with all his Funko Pops and his Star Wars memorabilia, or he goes to Ukraine and gets exploded. Yeah, he could disappear all day and nobody would know where he was gone. And nobody cared. That was a good thing. Well, they might have cared. Where were you? But... And you could, the other day I was talking to somebody as well. You could meet people before mobile phones as well. You could actually I can't figure out how we actually did it, where we could figure out where to meet people. Because I can't meet people without texting them first. Jack Murphy trying to make a comeback. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's just check him out as a final thing before I log off. Because midnight here. Let's just check out his channel. Hey, Jack. Now, Jack is really killed his own channel. Like, totally fucking killed it. 4,000 views since 3 days ago. Ratioed into oblivion. Let's see what this one is. Ratioed again, but less interest because nobody fucking cares. And 6 hours ago. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to have to contribute to that. He's not ratioed yet. Come on. Like, everybody go across there and ratio him. It'll only take 4 yet. Because you might not be able to see it from your side unless you've installed an extension. But trust me, we can see it. It wasn't anything to do with bullying, why they deleted it. Because we can still see you if you fucking dislike our videos. So, you should... Don't worry about that. But where was that picture? I had a picture. Because I took a screenshot of him. Where's Google Drive from it? No. No, I remember. Well, I can't find it now. I can't remember where I fucking put it. Jack Murphy, is that it? No, that's just Jack Murphy meme. But no, when I remember seeing when he was on when he premiered, because he premiered this, and oh, thank you very much, Doc. But he premiered this, and he had 47 people watching, which is fucking on his premiere. 47 people and he has 43,000 subscribers, and he had 47 people watching his brand new video after 3 months off. He can't give up the grift. He's got to keep on with the grift. But the grift is not keeping on with him. Can someone sum up what happened last time about Jack Murphy? I haven't. I've already been going for 2 hours. I can't. It's too hilarious. But he hasn't really done. He is. He's putting them out. He's putting the videos out. So he's doing 3 days. 3 days. It's so gay with his. Oh, let me just have a look here. Oh, so this is a new thing. So he's gone open source warfare. John Robb, the author of Brave New World War and the Guerrilla and Global Guerrillas report, joins Jack to discuss the terrifying nation of the open source network war which has been unleashed as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. John and Jack cover a lot of ground in this important podcast. None of this is important, you fucking idiot. We're just talking on the internet. Who fucking cares? Topic: hollowed out nation states, 4th generation warfare network. Oh, he called Tim Pool un-American, but he's using all Tim Pool's buzzwords. Yeah, don't worry, Chris. I haven't got loads of it. loads of it. Oh, the liminal order. He's still linking to the liminal order. Have we got any updates? Oh, the liminal. I can't join yet. It's still closed. Liminal order's still closed. No, it's still. That just gets me. It's so gay. We help each other build healthy families, powerful physiques, and generational wealth. It's like the gayest sentence ever said. It'll never not be funny. We help each other build powerful physiques. Do you want me to feel your muscles, bro? Oh, yeah. It's not gay. It's not gay. Do you want to go on camera and sit on a dildo, bro? Yeah. Awe-inspiring. Let's see. How curated are these comments? These are very curated. Jack has obviously not informed this guy of his controllers. He just shoved that up. I won't let me show. Fucking YouTube's really fucking weird. I don't know what that means. Whether somebody's hidden something or something. Because it won't show the. Yeah. YouTube does that all the time. I don't really understand what it is. No, these comments have been curated to fuck. 4,000 views and he's got what? 51 comments. Let's see, is he curating these? Well. So this has been curated to absolute fuck. 378 views, 6 comments. Like, there's no chance that that's real. Because if you have that many views, you will have at least 20. Well, you will have at least 10. And let's be fair. You'll have at least 10 regular subscribers who will always comment. Not 6. Especially something if you got any women in it and it's like supernatural, they'll immediately start talking about supernatural stuff in the comments. But 6 comments. I believe this guy is finished. Like, I don't want to be too mean. I think it's back to ChatGPT for him. Like, I hope you kept those dildos, Jack, because you've got to still pay the bills. Yeah, he's definitely curating it, Master Deathwing. There's no chance he's not. You can't fucking... You can't get that little comments with that amount of views. It's not possible. Especially if your ratio is like this. Because if your ratio is like that, that means it's a 50, that's a controversial video. Because half of the people dislike it. I mean, we all know why we dislike it, but if I'd left that like, I don't want him to block me from his channel, but I imagine 19 people also said cuck in the comments. Or something similar. Like, there's almost no chance that only 6 people are not trolling him, and nobody out of those 19 people who disliked it didn't comment. No chance. Because, of course they did. Because it's funny. Like, yeah, YouTube's going fucking nuts. And it's not the... I don't think it's the... Master Deathwing. I've seen a lot of on YouTube lately where you can I've seen 19 hidden comments and you can only see like 3 of them. Yeah, I don't think it's particularly like with him. With him, he's obviously curating everything, but it's not. I don't know what YouTube is doing because it seems to auto censor everything. Because it does it to my videos all the fucking time, and that is my channel, and I should be able to see all the comments. If something is illegal on it, I'll delete it because you have to for the terms of service. But I can't even see most of the comments sometimes, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Why can't I see it? And I don't know what they're doing exactly because they add it to the count, and then for some reason some people can see it and then some people can't. Hi, Kalon. Is it 20 now? Excellent news. It'll change. It's the extension. It's not really supposed to work. How is he sounding? Is he sounding really gay still?
Some people think it's...
At this point, the most powerful thing on earth. So it's practically omnipotent.
Wow, he's sounding even gayer. Yeah, I don't know. It's because the extension doesn't work exactly right. If you go back in an hour, it'll be different. Oh, I'm glad you like that one. I like making that. That was fucking hilarious. God, he sounds so gay. He sounds even gayer.
And it's, at this point, the most powerful thing on earth. So it's practically omnipotent. What's your reaction to that?
Well,
He's so fucking gay. Fucking weirdo. Oh well, more power to him. I hope he carries on and it just descends. But I get about that. Like my videos get that level of views in 6 hours. Like, that's how far he's fallen. Oh yeah, I know about Sean King. I made videos about him. I fucking love Sean King. But he's not that much fun anymore. And he's like... He's fucking... Sean King is so funny. He's got 2 white parents and he called his dad a cuck, didn't he? Because there's somebody discovered that he has 2 white parents. His dad looks exactly like him and so did his brother. And then he was like, well, actually... my mother cheated on my dad with a black man. That's why I'm black, even though I'm white, and I've just cut my hair like Drake, and that apparently makes me black. It's look, it's bold. It's a bold strategy. You've got to give him it. It's like there's not many people who could get away with being. He's as white as I am because I'm a fucking really white guy. Like Talcum X is just as white as me. But he did his hair in a Drake fashion, and then he's black. Of course he's black. Like, I think he's fucked up for everything though, because I mean I follow him on Twitter because obviously I follow clowns on Twitter. They're great, but his interaction has dropped off the fucking cliff recently. It's like sometimes he won't even break 100 likes, and it's like, wow. I think most of the entire American black community hates him. I don't really understand who his audience is. I don't see anybody who likes him. Well, I hope they don't do sexy time. Easy there. Jack probably did, but that was probably on his own on camera. Yeah, poor Talcum. He's not a patch on Tariq Nasheed, the ultimate race creator. That guy's fucking great. He is one of my favorite Twitter accounts. All right, I'm tired now. It's past midnight. I need to go to bed. Sean King has a daughter. Oh, I'll look into this. But that's me done. I'm going to sign off now. I've got to do some stuff before I go to bed. So, thank you very much for turning up, everybody. It's been fun. So, just remember, when life gets you down, at least you're not a Redditor. At the very least, you are not a Redditor. Okay, Kaelon, I will look at this. Do you remember that so-called black hairy wife who was just a tanned white girl? You mean Rachel Dolezal? She's got an OnlyFans now. I'm not. You might want to have a look at it now, but I don't know. Good night, everybody.